money will start pouring, and we're talking about thousands of dollars per XRP, 11,898. Additionally, Donald Trump has recently inked an agreement to incorporate XRP payments into the infrastructure. XRP is going to get billions of dollars as a result of all of this, and we're witnessing the price explosion in real time, people. This is the current price of XRP. As an example, the current price of XRP is 3 to... What is the reason behind this, however? To address your question, the fact is that the XRP ledger is going to unlock a total of $650 trillion in a matter of days. When we talk about the 21st of July in 2025, we are talking about the announcement of $650 trillion onto the XRP ledger, which will be supported by a serious war. Furthermore, there is a possibility that this amount might drive the price of XRP all the way up to 9,000. As a result, the problem with numerous test transactions is currently being played out right in front of our own eyes. Please have a look at this individual's example of pricing problems, which are in the hundreds of dollars to be precise. In this very moment, I would like to present to you $37,166. The price of XRP is now at this level, and it is expected to stabilize in about 5 days. Check out this announcement, if you please. This is RealFine, which is injecting the $600 trillion, announcing publicly that on July 21st, RealPi is going to unveil a major announcement on the integration of the $654.39 trillion. After this announcement, we've seen XRP begin to pump. And of course, XRP is going to be worth over $11,898 with the $650 trillion flowing into its market cap. And you can do the math on your own, but I've done the math for me. You guys should have a look at this. There is a bullet that we have put together in order to provide free XRP to each and every person who is physically watching this video. By just joining up for our bullet via the link that I provided in the description and carrying out a transaction, you will be able to obtain free XRP right now. Individuals, this is the method by which you may acquire free money, and the entire process takes less than 5 minutes. I'm telling you this because I believe it to be a fantastic opportunity. The price of XRP is going to be in the thousands of dollars, perhaps even $10,000 or $11,000, and you won't even have to spend a single penny on it. In order to purchase XRP, which might be valued more than $10,000, all you have to do is sign up for a transaction, and you will immediately get up to $100 worth immediately. To put it another way, you're essentially producing wealth for future generations by devoting just 5 minutes of your time. Despite the fact that it is essentially free money, let's go straight into the video. In light of the fact that the price of XRP is presently 3.47 cents, there is a great deal to discuss. I mean, in the past week, it has increased by more than 37%, and on a monthly basis, it has increased by 60%, and yet it is just getting started right now. If you guys take a look at this chart, you will see that we're just getting started. When it comes to the XRP breakthrough, this is the pattern that we have been discussing for a very long time. I would want for you all to listen to what Arthur Brechu has to say. This is what makes this situation incredibly crucial, and what is causing XRP to surge. In addition to this, the RealPi institution burns real tokens on a monthly basis, which means that on the 15th of each month, a small portion of real tokens are burned. On account of the fact that they are doing this burn, and real is only except for your ledger, XRP also experiences a pli burn, which causes the price of XRP to begin to rise. I'm going to show you guys what we've done out there right now. Here's the math, guys. Real token, if real token rich, because the total supply is approximately 1 billion. And once again, we're saying 1 billion because that's the total supply. However, the truth is that they've announced that the phase 1 supply is only 100 million tokens, and they've already burned around 50% of it. Therefore, 1 billion tokens, which is 25% of the total value of 600 trillion, contribute to our market cap. It is estimated that each genuine token will be worth $162,062,000. Do you agree that these are the bare minimum pricing points? As a matter of fact, we would state that the supply is just 100 million, even though it is probably much less than that. If 100 million, 25% of the system, returns market cap $1.6 million, then the supply is probably even less than that. Here is a copy of the actual ticket, which appears to be kindly have a look at this pricing, gentlemen. Now is the moment to join in if you want to develop riches that will be passed down from generation to generation. The price is dirt low, and it's only like 2 cents and 2.5 cents. Real tokens, which are recorded on the XRP ledger, are being made available to the public. A payment utility token is what it is. The supply is one of the very low levels that they have encountered with Ripple. This is presumably something that they're involved in with Ripple. This is a significant deal, and the fact that they're going to facilitate real-world assets on the blockchain ledger on July 21st is quite important because we're going to see the price of the actual token continuing to increase. I think it's closer and closer to a date right now. I'm seeing what a lot of people are doing is they have money in XRP, and so they're holding XRP, and I get that point, but the money is going to shift from XRP into real token. because real tokens on the XRP ledger still, so you put money into real token, and real token will then 10x, 100x, 1000x. I think is going to easily go to like in the $1,600, $7,000 bare minimum potentially, as early as the 21st to like 21st, which again is in 4 to 5 days. Every 1,000 could potentially make you $1 million. So this is the scale that we're talking about, and this is how soon it can happen. And take a look at this: support levels that are incredible and enormous. This is going to take place in a few days. It is important to note that I'm not a financial counselor, and you should always conduct your own research before making any decisions about your finances. In this sentence, I will share with you not only my viewpoint, but also what other people are saying on Twitter and X. According to Amelia, an influencer who has more than 100,000 followers on XRP, the price of XRP is expected to increase from 2 cents to $65,000. How big is this scale, and when is it going to take place? July 21st. Consequently, you need to get in, and you need to be prepared to capitalize as soon as you possibly can in order to avoid missing the train. This is the genuine token once more, as you can see if you take a look at what we have here. If you take a look at this, you will notice that for the top 3 holders, they have been awarded 100% Banks Core, low risk, and low risk. Honestly, this is a significant deal, and they completely know your customer. Over 1,861 wallets are in their possession. This is enormous, 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 and enormous. Guys, they need to take a look at this at some point. As a further benefit, it is supported by a big organization that has massive partners, which may even include the XRP ledger and the team behind the XRP ledger. This is a solution for real estate and payments, and it makes use of blockchain technology. The application is recorded on the acceptor ledger in opposition to the payment utility-based token. When we talk about this, we're actually talking about a different level. The reason I'm so ecstatic is because of this. Because of this, I'm filling up my luggage. As a result of the 50 trillion or $650 trillion that are being added to the XRP ledger, we discussed the possibility that XRP may be worth $11,000. However, the founder of XRP also had the exact same idea with regard to. This is how Ripple's co-founder Arthur Brittou saw the future of XRP, which is $10,000 and has the power to scale globally. As you may recall, just a few weeks ago, Arthur Brittou made a post stating that XRP is likely to see a meteoric rise for the first time in 14 years, had an emoji that looked like he was astonished, and that was the only message he sent out. And it has been 14 years since this has happened. Also, have a look at the current state of the price of XRP now. On the other hand, if we are to recall Arthur Brittou, at one point in time, Arthur Brittou made it quite apparent that XRP is intended to be purchased for $10,000. For it to be able to support 7.5 billion people, it must be expandable. However, once we have achieved that level of scalability, the pricing will begin to match the $10,000 price point. However, I believe that it is of the utmost importance to comprehend what is being done in this situation. In reality, the organization that is infusing $600 trillion is really putting this money into the genuine token, which is native to the XRP ledger. The true token is the native token of the real Pi coin. In spite of the fact that the real token is the one that is going to receive the $600 trillion, the fact that the real token is being added to the XRP ledger is what is doing the pumping of XRP.